we know some new things, and then we know nothing about what has just been announced. Michael Jordan, Denny Hamlin, guys, it's official. They're owning a NASCAR team as owners, and we're going to talk about all of that in this edition of Awesome. My name is Cameron Simpson, and welcome in to a pretty amazing edition of this video. We're talking about Denny Hamlin, Michael Jordan combining together to make a NASCAR team, taking Bubba Wallace with them, taking Bubba Wallace as their owner. And you know, it's going to be kind of fun to see, I guess. It's going to be kind of fun to hear, and it's going to just be awesome that Denny Hamlin, Bubba Wallace is going to drive for this brand new racing team. Denny Hamlin, Michael Jordan, Bubba Wallace are all going to combine together to be part of a NASCAR organization. That is going to be awesome. It's going to be an awesome NASCAR organization. I'm not going to lie, I've been pretty excited for this since last night when they announced this. Kind of came as expected. NASCAR news this week has been crazy. I talked about this when I kind of went into silly season in a video that will be coming out tomorrow about Ross Chastain and all of that news from silly season. It's been a pretty busy silly season week, and Michael Jordan's executives and Denny Hamlin's guys, they came out with this news, and I gotta say, I'm pretty excited about this. So Denny Hamlin put out this statement right here. This is what he stated in his statement. Denny Hamlin said, 11 years ago, I met Michael Jordan at a then Charlotte Bobcats game, and we became fast friends. Not long after I joined Jordan Brand as the first NASCAR athlete. Our friendship has grown over the years, and now we are ready to take that to the next level. Tonight, I'm excited to announce that MJ and I are starting a new single-car NASCAR Cup Series team for 2021. Deciding on a driver was easy. It had to be Bubba Wallace. Bubba has showed tremendous improvement since joining the Cup Series, and we believe he's ready to take his career to a higher level. He deserves the opportunity to compete for race wins, and our team will make sure that he has the resources to do just that. Off the track, Bubba has been a loud voice for change in our sport and our country. MJ and I support him fully in those efforts and stand beside him. More details about the team will be released at a later date, but for now, remain focused on winning a championship for my number 11 Toyota Joe Gibbs Racing team this season and for the years ahead. So Denny Hamlin, we're going to uncover a few things from that statement. Number one, he said that he's going to be staying with Joe Gibbs Racing. As a minority owner, he's not taken a big part of ownership. He's just a little speck in the ownership as a minority owner. So he has just that little bit of it, and so that means he can still race for other race teams. And I think this is a very unique, extremely unique thing for this to happen. And Bubba Wallace, I think, he's been rumored to go to this car for many years, and this might be Toyota's new furniture row thing. We have many unknowns and we have many knowns on this one. The other thing that I uncovered in this is that there's going to be some more details. More details are going to be released. We're going to have more. But it's going to be 2021, and they're going to start this before the next gen car comes out and before we get into real big parts of NASCAR's growth. But this is really good for NASCAR, and we're going to get to that in just a few seconds later on in this video. And just really good for motorsports in general, because it's going to bring a big public eye in. Just look up Michael Jordan right now, and you're going to see some big news, and every one of those articles has something revolved around NASCAR on it, guys. But what do we know? Hamlin is going to be a minority owner. He and Michael Jordan have been friends for a while, expectedly since the beginning that these two would come together to be owners on this team. I think that was expected from day one, that these two would become minority owner for Hamlin. Just that's the way the rule book is placed, and I think right now he just wants to focus on winning a championship this year, winning more championships down the line in his career, then go and focus on what we assume is Michael Jordan Racing, Jordan Hamlin Racing, whatever the name will be. We suspect that that's where Hamlin will go to do the remainder of his career. And will this continue to be a one-car team? We don't know. Like Furniture Row Racing was a two-car team, and then they went back to a one-car team, and they had success. We really don't know yet. What is it going to be? How is it going to be? And who's going to be what? Yet we know Michael Jordan, though, has taken a major stake here. I mean, money in this sport is a big deal. With the next-gen car not here yet, it does cost big bucks. Michael Jordan has a lot of big bucks to spend. Denny Hamlin has a lot of big bucks to spend. Bubba Wallace brings in $15 million to $20 million of sponsorship, estimated. Cash App and DoorDash, they bring in estimated $15 million to $20 million of sponsorship, and those are just the two major sponsorships. Those two also support the NBA. Michael Jordan brings in Jordan Brand Air. He brings in so many different organizations into it as well. It's not just certain guys. He brings in a lot of people that NASCAR hasn't seen sponsor a race car. Well, I expect to see Jordan Brand on the hood of that car for a few races down the line. We just don't know. We know what is going to happen and what isn't going to happen. What we don't know, though. What do we know versus what do we not know? What we don't know is the number of the car. We presume that we know that it was the 13 cars charter that was bought from this team. Jordan and Hamlin, they bought the 13 cars charter, which was up for sale for a while. So what car is it going to be? Many people are going around saying it's going to be number 23. Jordan's very famous number. Will take the hood of the car, and I'd like to see that. I would like to see 23 be out there. Remember, 23 used to be like the old Dr. Pepper Orange Crush car that used to be out on the track. And 23 to be back out there would be nice to see. And just because Michael Jordan made that number so famous, Bubba Wallace can now make that number famous, not just in motorsports, but in the world, because there's going to be many eyes on this team next year, many eyes in NASCAR. So that's what many people have been aiming to. We just don't know. We don't know. Maybe it'll be the 13. We don't know. The manufacturer, we still don't know officially. Hamlin has ties to Toyota. Jordan Brand has ties to Toyota. I think we all assumed Toyota. Toyota has said they have big deals in the horizon the last few weeks. Nothing confirmed, but I think we can basically all look at it and say Toyota. Toyota is the one that I think everyone will be a part of. And will Toyota and TRD completely back this team, or are they going to more back Gaunt Brothers Racing next season? There's been so many things I've been telling you that Toyota, I've been telling you guys these rumors that Toyota and Richard Petty Motorsports, probably those respective drivers wouldn't have left if there wasn't a big Toyota back-in or a big TRD back-in coming to their organizations in the next few weeks. I hate to say it. Like, that's what I kind of said last week. It's nice to look at these rumors, but we also have to look at the facts that there could be a major thing coming that wouldn't be what you most likely assume. So that's something to look at as well. So will TRD back it? I think so. Sponsorship, we still don't know. But we do know that these drivers that are coming in, this driver, and especially Bubba Wallace, as I said, $15 million to $20 million of sponsorship are coming in with him. And that's just been estimated by a few resources that I know. And from The Athletic, they said Bubba Wallace estimates a $15 million to $20 million of sponsorship, which helps. So those sponsors will most likely get a good portion of the car. Jordan Brand, as I said, will probably get a good portion of the car as well. Other teams, I don't know what other people will have, or if anyone else will back this team. I'm sure there'll be a lot of public eye on this, so you could see more teams and more drivers come back it. But what we do know is Bubba Wallace is going to be the driver for next year. He will be the driver for next year. He guaranteed to drive that. Part of the reason he left Richard Petty Motorsports, as we know now, is because of that. So we know Bubba Wallace is the driver, and we know that it was the 13 Cars charter. So all of that we do know. Germain Racing, of course, selling that charter, and it was bought out by it. My expectations for this car, and what does this have to do with NASCAR? How does this help NASCAR? Whoa, that was loud, huh? You guys probably didn't like that. What this does for NASCAR, number one, is gives them a huge amount of publicity. I looked up Michael Jordan, articles from sources of Fox News, CNN. I'm sitting in a sauna here. But then we have Fox News, CNN, SportsCenter, and ESPN, who haven't covered NASCAR in a really long time in a big way. I watched SportsCenter this morning, and I saw it 2 times pop up on SportsCenter. These guys are really taking this seriously and really taking NASCAR in the public eye. Yahoo Sports, Athletic, people from all over. When you look this up, it's going to come up, and I'm actually going to show you what I mean by that. When you look up Michael Jordan, I'm just going to kind of show you what the sources you really do get. You get ESPN. You get Yahoo Sports. You get NBC News. NBC is a NASCAR, but that's only NBC Sports. NBC News is getting this. NASCAR and NBC Sports, Fox News, Racer, CBS Sports, Charlotte Observer, NBA.com. NBA! I'm telling you guys, when I say this, I also say that this really brings NBA into the eye. NBA is one of the most popular sports out there right now. NFL and NBA are probably the 2 most popular sports, and this puts this in the public eye really good. Washington Post is in this as well. So a lot of people are getting on this train, these articles on Washington Post. We see all these big names. New York Times probably has one out there as well. All this public eye coming into NASCAR helps them. And it's the way NASCAR handles the public eye in the next few weeks is the question. Last time NASCAR had the public eye, we had problems. NASCAR had some problems when they were in the public eye that didn't help them. And there's benefits of being in the public eye, and there's not benefits. You need to perform. To get these new fan bases in, you need to perform at the top of your level, because there's a good chance someone's going to come and back you. There's a good chance someone's going to hate your sport because they think, why is Michael Jordan going to be here? But it's also going to be something that NASCAR is going to need. NASCAR is going to have in their back pocket. They're going to have this in their back pocket for now to next year to next season. They're going to have this. They're going to have this where they can go out there and say, guess what? Guess what? I have Michael Jordan. I have Joe Gibbs. I have Hendrick. And that's what they can go out and say. Think about that. Joe Gibbs came from the National Football League when NASCAR was in its prime. When NASCAR was very popular and in its prime. Michael Jordan comes into NASCAR when NASCAR's ratings are struggling, like many sports. Their ratings are struggling right now. I think that's anywhere you go, you're going to see that. The ratings are struggling, which is normal. Normal. NASCARs are no exception. They're struggling, and it's time for them to go. It's time for them to start back up. And I think we're seeing a transition here with NASCAR where we're starting to see them become better in the public eye. We're starting to see NASCAR come back to its prime with good racing. And I think we're going to see within the next few years with next-gen car and stuff, NASCAR become a sport that is watched by, become one of those top sports that everyone knows about. You say NASCAR, everyone knows about them. Not a single person doesn't know what NASCAR is. So that's something you need to understand, that will happen. That's going to start to happen. And I think Michael Jordan is a great start. And I think NASCAR is becoming closer and closer to becoming one of those top sports. One of those top sports. And we'll see if they can become it. We'll see what they can do with this spotlight in their hands and with this being something that they need to go for. This is going to help NASCAR. My expectations for this team, I expect them not to start off with a win at the Daytona 500. No, I expect them to struggle the first few months, finding their feet in NASCAR. No matter how much sponsorship and how much good equipment you have, Bubba Wallace has never had an opportunity of a great ride. He's going to need some time to figure out how to run towards the front. And I think this team's going to need some time to figure out how to get there. But Michael Jordan has experience in ownership. So Denny Hamlin has experience in NASCAR. We have two great guys coming at it, and we have a good driver as well. So that's about it for me. Have a fabulous day. Can't wait to see you on the next video, and peace out.